Welcome into Jags AM here. It is day 13, lucky number 13 practice of training camp for the Jaguars, as it's a beautiful day to be outside. So we took Jags AM outside once again as we enjoy our third week and 13th day of practice. I'm Kainani Stevens here with Brian Sexton and John Oehser, as it's nice to be outside again. Enjoy the weather, right?
Well, after so many days inside with all that rain, it is nice to be outside.
It's got kind of that humid feel, just a touch of it, but it's not bad. So let's go watch some football.
'Tis the season. Yes, football's right around the corner. We're just a little over 48 hours out from actually seeing some preseason football, and we're getting pretty excited for that. Let's get into our big things today. We have our first big thing today, which is the depth chart. That came out earlier this week because we have our first game of the season, obviously on Saturday against the Chiefs. And Ryan Nielsen, the defensive coordinator, said, yeah, we put out a depth chart, but don't put a lot of stock into it.
The depth chart is etched in sand. So it can change. It really, it could be game to game, playing time. I mean, we take this thing, we've talked about this, it's a one day at a time. Every single day counts, every rep counts. Doesn't matter who that rep is against, we're evaluating that player for what he's done on that particular rep on tape. That matters, in every aspect of the program.
So that depth chart is in sand, Brian. Obviously, we know things are kind of fluid, specifically on the defensive side of the ball. Was there anything that jumped out to you on that depth chart, or do you think it is what it is?
Well, I think you know who the starters are going to be, right? But Ryan is consistent, and he has said since he got here that the depth chart means nothing to him. He's about evaluating players in different positions, in different combinations with other guys. He wants to give everybody a really good look. So I smiled when he said it, because it's a great line, right? I can think of a handful of great coaches' quotes in 30 years with this franchise, and that's on the list of top 10. I mean, just because the wry smile that he had when he delivered it perfectly. Sure. But, no, I mean, you know who the starters are going to be, and we're talking about filling out the 53 at this point. And he's steadfast in his belief that there are some talented guys on this roster that just need a good, thorough evaluation. It's just another reason why I think he's a terrific coach.
Yeah, it's exactly what you should say this time of year. I'm penciling Josh Hines-Allen as a starter.
Going out on a limb,
sand or not.
Okay.
I think Trayvon might start. So, but yes, in the secondary linebackers, they want the defensive line, for example, to be an 8-person rotation. Well, go ahead and keep telling them that it's that. There's no depth chart. Keep the 9th and 10th guy working hard, believing in it. Why not? I mean, we get it, so it's fine if he says that.
Fair enough. Our second big thing today is BTJJ, Brian Thomas Jr., the rookie wide receiver drafted out of LSU. We've seen some flashes from him. I think yesterday was probably his best day of camp. Caught a couple good balls from Trevor Lawrence. And he talked a little bit to the media after practice about what it means to him to be able to play different roles on this team.
Very real. Just being able to play all 3 positions, being able to play inside, outside, and just do it all. They move you around, try to get the best look for you, get the best matchup for you. So I would say it's very challenging, but just coming out here and doing it each and every day, you'll get better. You get better.
Obviously, he's going to have some rookie moments, kind of learning as things go along. Christian Kirk in that wide receiver room, a great veteran presence for him. John, what can we expect out of Brian Thomas Jr. right away? Obviously, we know he's a great deep threat, but he's learning other aspects, and we're seeing other aspects of his game.
Yeah, right away. I don't know how much you'll see in the preseason because that can be sort of catch as catch can. What I want to see early is maybe what we can't see. If that makes any sense. His impact. I think coordinators are going to know he's there. I think coordinators are going to have to account for him in the red zone and deep. So I have no idea what his stats will be this season, but I think he's a legitimate part of a 4-person with Gabe Davis, Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram, and Brian Thomas Jr. I think he matters in that equation, so the defensive coordinators will have to account for him. I think if that's true over the course of time this season, he will get his numbers. If you're asking exactly what you're looking for, I think 3 or 4 times in the first 9 or 10 games, you want him to stretch the field and make a play where, now we flip the field. Now the team's facing 1st and 10 at the 40 instead of 1st and 10 at their own 20. if he makes that kind of impact, Brian, I think the last half the season he can really come on once he has chemistry with Trevor.
So you're talking like the play he made over Ronald Darby yesterday down the sideline where he snatched the ball. Right.
Once every few games to give you the real yards.
Right.
And when coordinators see that, they're going to have to account for it, which is going to make the offense function in a way that I'm not sure it functioned last year without two guys who can stretch it in Davis and Thomas.
In that play, which was all over the internet yesterday, you can see the measurables, right? The height, the speed, and the length, and just the freakish athletic ability to be able to take a ball that you can't quite control and control it and then keep running full speed. He's got all that. I've watched him really closely during camp and the way that the Jaguars use him, and I have felt since they drafted him that his speed and size, it's going to make a safety be on their heels as opposed to running towards the line of scrimmage. And I think his impact, as John said, he's going to make some plays. His impact is that he is going to open things up in that box and give Trevor much more to work with in terms of the running game, room for Evan Ingram underneath. I think Brian Thomas is a combination of all the things that you need to have that downfield passing attack and benefit underneath.
And Brian, what you just talked about, something fans might miss, but it matters very much.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think it's exciting to kind of see the role he'll have, and then as it becomes more of an explosive plays or whatever it is as the season goes along. Excited to see it myself. Stay with us here on Jags AM. We are live at training camp practice. Coming up, we'll have a little bit more of a preview of game time.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields, and we have some great news. Fields has the vehicle you want, in stock, priced right, and ready for delivery.
Fields Auto Group is Jacksonville's luxury automotive destination for Cadillac, Jaguar, Land Rover, Lexus, Mercedes-Benz, and Porsche. Inventory is back and available for immediate delivery.
And every Fields customer can take advantage of our Fields Amenities program with complimentary loaners, car washes, and our cafes. You deserve the best.
Stop by today or go to fieldsauto.com.
We're excited to announce a special activation at select training camps. Join us as we celebrate the Corner at Deb Store, coming soon to the Eastside community. Operated by Goodwill Industries of North Florida, the Deb Store will help change lives in the historic Out East through fresh foods, education, and career opportunities. In partnership with various community partners, this project will create a space where residents can thrive. Watch out for the Deb Store van at select training camps this July and August, where you can enjoy free samples and learn how to support this initiative. Calling all junior fire chiefs. Parents, register for your child to win the ultimate Jaguars game day experience. Sponsored by Firehouse Subs, cheering on the Jags from the Firehouse Subs fire truck at Everbank Stadium, flashing the fire truck lights when the Jags score. As honorary junior fire chief of the game, your child will receive a Firehouse Subs gift, and the whole family will receive 4 tickets and a parking pass to a home game this season. Visit jaguars.com/sweepstakes to enter to win today. See website for terms and conditions.
Ready to fuel up for summer fun? Join the MyGate Rewards loyalty program and pump up the savings. This summer, become a new loyalty member and save 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Already a member? Now you can earn rewards 10 times faster. For every $10 spent in store, save 5 cents per gallon at the pump. Stop by Gate today to crank up your summer savings. Offer ends August 31st, 2024.
We need to define a great deal in today's new home market because the so-called great deals that you find on every corner just aren't the same as the incredible opportunities you'll find with a new Dreamfinders home. How about 2.99% in year one in one of Dreamfinder's 15 communities across North Florida? Now that's a great deal. 2.99% interest rate in year one and a beautiful new Dreamfinders home. Visit dfhsalesevent.com for our largest savings of the year on move-in ready homes. That's dfhsalesevent.com.
The following people are under the influence of no air conditioning.
Oh man.
Is it ever hot? I can't get up. My legs are stuck to the chair.
Can guys go through menopause?
Why?
I think I'm having a hot flash.
Don't let no AC happen to you. Call Duck Duck Air Conditioning, available 24 hours a day, and they'll fix it right the first time. When your AC system needs a repair, it's time to call Duck Duck Air, 904-862-6769, or online at duckduckac.com. Duck Duck Air Conditioning, a division of Duck Duck Rooter.
Jags AM brought to you by Fields Auto Group, Jacksonville's premier luxury auto group. You can go to fieldsauto.com.
everything exactly the same to prepare the player for Sunday, that, hey, it's not different. Hey, just trust your fundamentals and technique, understand the scheme, and then play hard.
Simple as that, guys. Got to keep your routine, keep everything the same. We know football players like their routines, athletes of any sort. So Ryan Nielsen said he's trying to do that as much. Practice the way you play and keep everything in the same kind of timeline so that, when some of these younger players, these rookies, get out in their first game ever in the NFL, that they're not kind of overwhelmed by that.
Yeah, routine builds consistency, and it's consistency that separates good from great. And you could just see the desire on Ryan's part to get consistency from all of those young players on the defensive side.
Yeah, I think on Saturday you want to see those guys play fast. I mean, it's to me, I'm not as concerned on Saturday with the defense. If he gives up a touchdown early, it is Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
But you like to see them playing the way they have during practice, which is with an urgency and with a suddenness that gives you the impression that they get the defense and they know how it's functioning. So you'd like to see some speed and confidence out of that unit, and I think you will because you've seen it in practice so far.
And we haven't talked a lot about this, but to talk to people around here, this defense is it's less complex. I don't want to say simple because that makes it seem like it's too simple. But he has made this something that these guys can adapt to very quickly and, as John said, be able to play fast. And simplifying this defense, you can just see it. You can see how confident these guys are.
A lot has changed. We haven't seen them play a football game 6-7 months. Obviously, the whole defensive side of the ball is new coaching staff. Trayvon Walker talked a little bit about this last week, how his role is going to change, and he's really excited about the new role he's going to play.
I feel like it fits me great. We're playing straight forward, and I feel like with me playing with my hand in the dirt, I feel a lot more explosive, and I feel like I can just play ball now.
You going to miss any part of dropping into coverage?
No, not at all. But the more you can do, the more the better. So whatever my teams need.
John, I think it's obvious he's not going to miss dropping back into coverage very much. But is this a better suit for his talents, you think?
Yeah, it remains to be seen. We haven't seen everything they're going to do with him. I always go back to last year when Steelers coach Mike Tomlin called him a wrecking ball. And Tomlin typically isn't given to praising opponents unless it's warranted. Mm-hmm. And Trayvon can be a wrecking ball. He was at the end of last season. It feels like this defense will put him in more situations where when you're a rookie, for example, for him, he's obviously usually the most dominant, strongest person in his matchup. As a rookie, it's hard to make that stand out all the time because you're not sure how to use that ability. I think in year 3 in this scheme, I think you're going to see wrecking ball Trayvon very consistently. So, yeah, I think it does fit him.
Well, they're going to be able to move him inside, right? And they talked about doing that some last year. But with Eric Armstead, now you can do some tricky things where you get him in what they call that 3 technique, the inside shoulder of the guard, and able to get up the field where he's going to have mismatches. So it's projection on my part, but I think this does fit what he does really, really well. And I think it's important that people – they don't see him as being the other Josh Hines-Allen. Josh is he's that edge rusher who can bend and get a – that's not what Trayvon does. Trayvon destroys. I mean, he tears things apart on his way to the quarterback. So in that sense, this scheme and the way that they're going to use with his hand on the ground allows him to get off the ball with more power, and that's his game.
And to me, fair. Kai, the most fascinating thing about this team that we didn't see last year is the combination of Hines-Allen, but particularly Trayvon, Devon Hamilton, and Eric Armstead.
A fully healthy
Devon. All 3
yes.
guys who can dominate and disrupt. Get those 3 guys healthy playing together. I'm not leaving Hines-Allen out of it, but that, 3 wrecking balls, really.
Right.
We haven't seen that. We haven't even seen Armstead in it yet. That's the X factor to me defensively. That I get they're playing fast. I get all that. But if those 3 guys are as dominant as it feels like they could be, then all of a sudden you can be a dominant defense.
And they have such great length. I mean, Eric Armstead is bigger, if it's possible, than Trayvon. And so you've got 2 guys with that kind of length and disruptiveness. You could put them next to each other on opposite sides of the line. You create a lot of problems for offensive coordinators.
It's always about the trenches. On the other side of the football, The offensive line is something we talked about endlessly last season. It's still going to be a focus this season. Obviously, a new center in Mitch Morse. He spoke a little bit last week as well about what it's going to take to kind of get that consistency of playing with people and dealing with injuries as well on the offensive line.
Just the resilience of the group. We had a few guys go down, as is the nature of training camp, and guys stepped in, didn't bat an eye, worked when they had to. And the great thing about that is when you get off the field, you have this huge kind of relaxed feel because you put your work in, and then we can make the adjustments and feel free to run and fly around, make mistakes because we're just trying to get better. And I think this group does a very good job of that.
As Morse mentioned, a couple of injuries we saw on the offensive line last week. Anton Harrison in the concussion protocol, but is out practicing today, which is the first we've seen him kind of participating in practice. Brian, what should we expect to see from the offensive line? Is it going to be the full starting line?
No, it's not. Doug said about 2 hours ago in his news conference that we wouldn't see Ezra Cleveland this week, nor would we see Anton Harrison. Good news is Cam Robinson will be back out there. And obviously we'll see Mitch, Brandon Sheriff, and Walker Little probably over at right tackle. So, no, you won't see the whole thing, and it's going to require some resiliency, which was Mitch's code word there. It's going to require guys to communicate, and if Chris Jones plays, right, be prepared.
Yeah, I'm not looking past the Chiefs game, but I think from Doug's perspective, he puts a lot of value that I think maybe fans, when they're looking at, okay, how's he going to prepare, he puts an awful lot of value on those joint practices.
Next week.
I think he would love nothing more than to have full offensive line, Ezra, Anton, and the three, for 2 days of practice where they know what they want to do against the Bucs. Hopefully get through that and then have them available for the last preseason game. Just from listening to Doug over the last couple of years, I think his approach is if I can get those 5 working in those 2 practices in that last game, then that'll be as close to cohesion, all that as he can get. I think he'll give up this first preseason game if he can get those 3 key work points.
Get those quality reps next week.
Yeah.
Stay with us here on Jags AM. Coming up after the break, we'll go over a little bit more about that Chiefs game, what players we're expecting to have good games.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields, and we have some great news. Fields has the vehicle you want, in stock, priced right, and ready for delivery.
Fields Auto Group is Jacksonville's luxury automotive destination for Cadillac, Jaguar, Land Rover, Lexus, Mercedes-Benz, and Porsche. Inventory is back and available for immediate delivery.
And every Fields customer can take advantage of our Fields Amenities program with complimentary loaners, car washes, and our cafes. You deserve the best.
Stop by today or go to fieldsauto.com.
Chelsea here with Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen specializes in energy-efficient, custom-built replacement windows and doors that are twice as tough as vinyl. Save money through the month of August and save $300 on every window and $825 on every patio door. Plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 12 months. Some restrictions apply. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Go to rbfla.com to book your design consultation today. License number CGC 1527613.
Navigating the current housing market and figuring out your best move when it comes to a mortgage isn't your full-time job, but it's one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make. That's where the experts at Jet Home Loans get into the game and coach you to your ultimate goal of getting not just the right loan, but the perfect loan for you, the home of your dreams. Jet Home Loans works with you all the way, from application to closing, making sure your game plan is perfect. Make the call to Jet Home Loans and let their team join your team to make your dreams take flight. Visit jethl.com.
Sudeth is on the 20, the 10. Yes, another successful move to a new home. I tell you, folks, I've never seen a team more prepared than the Sudeth crew. With a dominating lead in training, trust, and efficiency, it's no wonder why Sudeth is the official moving company of the Jacksonville Jaguars. For the past 100 years, Sudeth has provided local, long-distance, and international moving services in Jags. While the Jags are moving the chains on game day, Sudeth is helping you on moving day. Visit Sudeth.com/Jags for a guaranteed quote.
We're excited to announce a special activation at select training camps. Join us as we celebrate the Corner at Deb Store, coming soon to the Eastside community. Operated by Goodwill Industries of North Florida, the Deb Store will help change lives in the historic Out East through fresh foods, education, and career opportunities. In partnership with various community partners, this project will create a space where residents can thrive. Watch out for the Deb Store van at select training camps this July and August, where you can enjoy free samples and learn how to support this initiative.
Ready to fuel up for summer fun? Join the MyGate Rewards loyalty program and pump up the savings. This summer, become a new loyalty member and save 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Already a member? Now you can earn rewards 10 times faster. For every $10 spent in store, save 5 cents per gallon at the pump. Stop by Gate today to crank up your summer savings. Offer ends August 31st, 2024.
Jaguars fans, you're invited to the Firehouse Subs San Marco location at 1949 San Marco Boulevard in Jacksonville tomorrow from 3 to 4 for a very special event. You can meet current Jaguars players, Jackson DeVille, the Roar cheerleaders will be there. It's all to kick off the 30th year of Jaguars football and Firehouse Subs in Jacksonville. We hope to see you there. Got a lot of fans here in attendance today. It's not rainy. It's not too hot. So in the shade, it's a nice day to take in practice. And as we get very close to game time, things are getting very exciting. We're going to see real football. It's been 6-7 months at this point. So I know it's preseason football, but it's still football for us. And obviously against the Super Bowl champs, you can learn a lot from that, especially because we've heard Andy Reid, similar to Doug Peterson, he'll play his starters for about a quarter and a half as well. So you're going to get the best.
They have 3 Hall of Fame caliber players on that roster,
sure
right?
Do.
So whoever
probably
gets
more that we don't know about yet.
Whoever gets the chance to line up against Travis Kelce, Chris Jones. I mean, those are really valuable reps.
Yeah, it's about as exciting as a preseason game gets. So
kind of
not that exciting, but it's still it's still better to have the champs in here than not.
Right.
Fair enough. All right, what are some players you're looking at? Who are you looking at? Who you chosen?
Trey Prince is the guy that he's a guy of the 3 young corners, and they have 3 that are making moves in camp, right? Monteric Brown, Christian Braswell, and Trey Prince. He's the guy that I think has the most upside. And so on Saturday night, he will have the opportunity because the Chiefs send the ball down the field. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. And there are some receivers, Kadarius Toney might be playing when he's out on the field. That's a guy with elite speed. So I think he'll have a great test. I don't expect him to be a guy that breaks the starting lineup, but he has everything that you need, mentally, physically, all of that. I think he's the one with the greatest opportunity. He might be the heir apparent to go over to that other side, right? Ronald Darby is a stopgap guy on a short-term contract. I think Prince, the way that I have seen him play, I think they might have found a guy who has the ability to become a starter in his second, third season here.
Yeah, my guy's Tank Bigsby. Originally this was he will, he won't, he might, so I'll stick to the format.
It is.
I think he will get ample opportunity tomorrow, Saturday, I'm sorry. Because he's a guy who needs reps. I think this is an opportunity to get him real reps. That was the one thing they couldn't quite do last season. They couldn't quite have the confidence in him to get him in there when he needed it. Well, this is the first opportunity that, hey, go at it, show you what you got. He won't leave me hanging this year. And
All right.
I like Tank a lot, and I talked him up a lot last training camp, and the circumstances just never played out. He had a couple fumbles early, and it felt to me like the coaches, they liked the idea of him. They liked him. They liked his talent. And yet on 3rd and 2, there never quite came the situation where, is it better to have Tank or Travis? Well, the games were always so tight that it was like, we got to go with Travis because he's our best guy. So I think he'll get much more opportunity to do that this year. And he might, I hate to say it because fans give me grief about all the time about Tank Bigsby, but I still think that he might be the guy to give them production, reliability, the physicality that's needed to withstand the wear and tear. I still think he might be okay as the other option to Travis Etienne. And if he doesn't do it this year, I won't be talking about him next year during training camp, but I still think he's got that shot.
I think he is the guy. Listen, Travis, Etienne is a guy that can break big plays, right? But he's not the guy that I have confidence in on 3rd down and 1. Why? Well, because last year they didn't get it done, right? They were the lead.
That wasn't Travis, though.
Well, I'm not blaming it all on him, but I don't think he's that power back. And I think you need a power back in this game. So I do think he's a nice compliment, and I expect that he will this year.
I think we will see a lot different running game because of the line, and I'm hoping that shows up right away in this game. So I'm for sure with you on that. And hopefully Tank, now he's been here for a year, he'll have a little bit better idea of how things work. I think they have to trust him. They don't have an option anymore. Obviously we saw last year it didn't work if they don't. So they definitely need to trust him going forward. I'm going to go with another young guy. I'm going to go with Brian Thomas Jr. We talked about had one of his best days of camp yesterday. I think he will surprise you a little bit. Obviously we know he's fast, but I feel like he's a little sneaky fast at times where he's running and then kind of puts in a little extra jet at the end. So I think when you see that in real action, you might be a little bit surprised by that. He won't be the focus of the offense tomorrow. I think that's still Christian Kirk. Trevor's shown a lot of progress with Gabe Davis as well, who's a new wide receiver. So as Brian Thomas Jr. kind of figures things out, he's not going to be the focus right out of the gate. But he might pick things up quicker than we expect him to. Even just in the 2.5 weeks that we've seen of his practice so far, he is leaps and bounds because I don't see him make a lot of repeated mistakes. I feel like when things get addressed with him, he kind of moves forward from there, and that's all you can really ask of a rookie. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff they're not going to know how to do. They've never played in the NFL before, but seeing someone pick things up quickly and not repeat mistakes is going to be huge for him, I feel like, you guys.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. I think he's going to make an impact, and I've been surprised during camp, frankly, at how many plays he has made and how comfortable he looks. It gives me great optimism that by the second half this season, I've always said with a rookie, Brian, especially a high-drafted rookie, what you want is by the time we're done with this year, when we're doing our wrap-up show in January or February, hey, this kid's going to be really good. This kid's a keeper. This kid's going to be a core guy. May not see it every week as a rookie, but you want to really be excited and have him be an off-season topic next off-season. I think he can be that guy.
You know, since Jimmy Smith retired in 2005, they've had big receivers and they've had fast receivers, but they haven't had that combination of size and speed and instinct. And he appears to have all of that. Does that mean he's going to go out and have 80 receptions and 1,200 yards and 9 touchdowns as a rookie? No. But he's going to make plays. He is a combination of all the qualities of a modern receiver, and it's exciting to think that they've got a guy like that now.
Yeah, there's been first-round picks around here where you watched him during training camp and you went, yeah. This is a guy where you go, huh.
Yeah.
And it's a big difference. You're not going to see it quite yet, but there's all those traits, and it's exciting.
The last guy, first-round receiver that had that was Justin Blackmon, and we all know that career got derailed, and he didn't last very long in this league, but he made you go, whoa, okay.
Yeah, he could have been special.
Yeah, and this guy has the same physical traits. He's taller. I think he's a little bit longer. We'll find out if he can have the body control that a Justin Blackmon did, which made him so special.
High hopes. We'll get to see it in action on Saturday. Stay with us here on Jags AM. One final look at preseason game number 1 as we wrap things up here from training camp.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields, and we have some great news. Fields has the vehicle you want, in stock, priced right, and ready for delivery.
Fields Auto Group is Jacksonville's luxury automotive destination for Cadillac, Jaguar, Land Rover, Lexus, Mercedes-Benz, and Porsche. Inventory is back and available for immediate delivery.
And every Fields customer can take advantage of our Fields Amenities program with complimentary loaners, car washes, and our cafes. You deserve the best.
Stop by today or go to fieldsauto.com.
We need to define a great deal in today's new home market because the so-called great deals that you find on every corner just aren't the same as the incredible opportunities you'll find with a new Dreamfinder's home. How about 2.99% in year 1 in one of Dreamfinder's 15 communities across North Florida? Now that's a great deal. 2.99% interest rate in year 1 and a beautiful new Dreamfinder's home. Visit dfhsalesevent.com for our largest savings of the year on move-in ready homes. That's dfhsalesevent.com.
Calling all junior fire chiefs. Parents, register for your child to win the ultimate Jaguars game day experience. Sponsored by Firehouse Subs, cheering on the Jags from the Firehouse Subs fire truck at Everbank Stadium, flashing the fire truck lights when the Jags score. As honorary junior fire chief of the game, your child will receive a Firehouse Subs gift, and the whole family will receive 4 tickets and a parking pass to a home game this season. Visit Jaguars.com/sweepstakes to enter to win today. See website for terms and conditions. We're excited to announce a special activation at select training camps. Join us as we celebrate the Corner at Deb Store, coming soon to the Eastside community. Operated by Goodwill Industries of North Florida, the Deb Store will help change lives in the historic Out East through fresh foods, education, and career opportunities. In partnership with various community partners, this project will create a space where residents can thrive. Watch out for the Deb Store van at select training camps this July and August, where you can enjoy free samples and learn how to support this initiative.
Chelsea here with Renewal by Anderson. Renewal by Anderson specializes in energy-efficient, custom-built replacement windows and doors that are twice as tough as vinyl. Save money through the month of August and save $300 on every window and $825 on every patio door. Plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 12 months. Some restrictions apply. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Go to rbfla.com to book your design consultation today. License number CGC 1527613.
Sudeth is on the 20, the 10. Yes, another successful move to a new home. I tell you, folks, I've never seen a team more prepared than the Sudeth crew. With a dominating lead in training, trust, and efficiency, it's no wonder why Sudeth is the official moving company of the Jacksonville Jaguars. For the past 100 years, Sudeth has provided local, long-distance, and international moving services in Jags. While the Jags are moving the chains on game day, Sudeth is helping you on moving day. Visit Sudeth.com/Jags for a guaranteed quote.
Jags fans, if you want customized Jaguars furniture for your home, check out ZipChair.com to browse all customizable options. ZipChair is furniture for fans. Jags AM also brought to you by Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Jacksonville Jaguars and the NFL.
What up, y'all boys? My brother? Y'all boy good? Y'all boy holding it down. What's down, man? What up, man? My brother? You good, family?
That's rookie Jarian Jones out at practice with Florida State, who was in town to practice this week. A little bit too much rain, so they took the indoor facility across the way at Daly's Place yesterday. Also saw Ronald Darby, former FSU player as well, so kind of catch up a little bit. Good to see you across the way.
It's been a minute since Ronald was there. I'm not sure he
Just
knew
a
that
minute.
many
It's
people,
I don't think he knows as many players anymore. Although good memories, I'm sure, of that very, very talented FSU team. Any final words before the game, or just let's play ball?
Let's play ball.
I am a person who likes to talk, but I'm not sure that there's a whole lot to say other than we've reached that point of camp where it's time to get off these fields and onto that one.
All right, let's do this thing. They're taking on the Chiefs in preseason game 1 on Saturday. We'll be back here on Jags AM on Monday to recap it, and then we'll be back outside at joint practice on Wednesday and Thursday next week. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again soon.